Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0. There are no positives in this game whatsoever. None. Like I said, Arsenal, that result means absolutely nothing, and this game has now proved it as well. I said if we drop points to Leeds and Bournemouth, the Arsenal game means nothing. And in the last video, even though I said it didn't mean anything to me, because it didn't. It didn't. And the funny thing is, this game was even worse than the Leeds game, because at least in the Leeds game, we actually had chances. We actually gained a bit of momentum. We started the second half actually quite well. We got a goal back, and we started to gain more momentum. And then Tosin single-handedly killed it. But the point is, there were chances. We could have gotten back in the game. We had chances. In this game, half the players looked drunk. 3 minutes in, Bournemouth were already knocking on the door. We struggled in this game. We struggled. It was just depressing to watch. It was really sad to watch. Really, really sad to watch. I don't want to hear anyone ever put Chelsea in a title race ever again. I don't want to hear Chelsea in the same sentence as the two words title race. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, because it's the same thing over and over and over, and we look worse than we did last year. Even worse. Like, I don't understand how people in the fan base don't realize this. I don't understand. I really don't. Like, I think there are actually people in the fan base that have been actually happy about like how we've been this season. Like, we've been horrible this season. Most of the performances have been abysmal. Most of them have. Most of them. And a few people in the comments have said, oh, it's fine, we've been lucky, but I'd rather us be lucky than lose games. Well, look, how's that turning out now? I don't even know if the fan base have like a goal for the season. Like, what is the goal for the club this season? We got top 4. We're back in the Champions League, so top 4 can't be the aim again. Even though we are just a top 4 team at best. We didn't spend 2 billion to be a top 4 team at best, did we? If we did, well, alright then, cool. But now I don't want to hear us ever, talking about a title race. I don't want to hear that ever again. I don't want to ever hear that again. Right? That first half was horrible. The players didn't even look like they wanted the ball. And any time we moved the ball well and got to the wings, the play just stopped. The attack stopped, and we had to start all over again, because the wingers either waited for Bournemouth to get back in shape, or they lost the ball, or they couldn't take on their man, so they turned around and passed back. Same story. And this game is a shining example of how bad our wingers are. It's a shining example. Yet there are people that have told me, oh yeah, I can see Garnacho getting the Ballon d'Or. I'm not religious. I don't believe in God or any of that stuff. But if Garnacho is even a top 10 nominee for the Ballon d'Or, then I pray for the future of football. Because players like that are the reason why we're suffering. Players like that. And who do we have? Who else do we have in the left wing? Gittins. You saw him the other day. He was useless. But that's an understatement, because he's always useless. Just like Garnacho. Useless. Now, he's not going to take on his man. He's useless up top as well. But because he's, he tracks back, he's quick, and he works hard, we just tolerate it. At best, he's a squad player, but yeah, he's one of the best players we've had this season so far. If that's the case, then yeah, this team is horrible. We have good individuals, but this team is horrible. Like, there's talent, but the team overall, as a collective, this team is horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. And the second half was just a carbon copy of the first one. Nothing different from the first half. Nothing. Bournemouth should have won that game. The only reason they didn't is because the goal was disallowed because it was offside. That's it. We did nothing in this game. Palmer, ineffective. Esteval, ineffective. Enzo, not good enough. João Pedro, nothing. Delap, lost his temper a bit. And again, not good enough either. So, I guess Reece, Cucurella, and Sanchez are the only ones that can leave their heads held high. Without them, we'd have lost the game. Without them. And Chalobah, to be fair. He was good. Okay, you know what? Fofana as well, I'd say. I guess the back line, the defence, wasn't as bad as, it was against Leeds. But again, those players didn't play against Leeds. But yeah, there's nothing more I can say, really. We have Atalanta next week. I think we'll win that game. We have Everton after that. I don't see how we win that game. If we do, I'll be surprised. Then I think we'll have Newcastle after that away. We're not going to win that game. So one thing that's for certain is that Chelsea's 3-week title charge is over. So anyone saying Chelsea can push Arsenal, they can go for the title, no, we can't. We can't. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. The 3-week title charge is over. Anyone telling you that Chelsea can win the league with this squad is lying to you. This squad as it is will never win the league title. This squad as it is, never. Will never be in a title race. Last long in a title race, in fact. If anything, we lasted... Our time in the title race was even shorter than it was last season. Because the attack looks worse than it did last season. So, anyone telling you, yeah, we can get back up there and go for the title, no, we can't. We can't. The season's over. It's over. Because we wanted to go and compete with Arsenal and City, and we failed. We failed. So the season's over. There's nothing more to the season. Even if we get top 4, okay, that's nice, but we should be in the Champions League anyway. That's where we should be. So, what do we have this season? I mean, we have the cups, but are we going to win those? What are we now? 8 years without a domestic trophy? Where are we now? 7 or 8 years without a domestic trophy? 9 years without a league title? After next season, it'll be 10. But I guess the fans are, I don't know. The club's fine with that. The players are fine with that. The manager's fine with that. The owners are fine with that. I think the manager's too heavy for some of these players. I think the fans have very little standards. I think the owners don't really care that much if we win titles or not. I'm just being honest. And I think the recruitment is hazardous. Absolutely hazardous.